I can't even say it's morning because hello, what is that? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Yes, it is 12:22. Oh, stay. Okay. It's 12:22. Work is going well, but today is, as I think I said yesterday or the day before, there's a Disney's Destination D23 event is happening this weekend. So we have a few additional writers on call than we normally do because we have people at the panels and sort of giving the news back to us to write about. What I did not realize is that the majority of the bulk of what we've written so far about that came out in the first panel. And when I tell you it was news after news after news, I mean, we learned the Magic Kingdom expansion is confirmed. We learned that Dino Land USA in Animal Kingdom will indeed be torn down and replaced. It's going to very likely be replaced with Encanto and Indiana Jones. Did you expect those two together? I didn't. And learned that Test Track is getting revisited, or Test Track is getting an it's going to be changed. We learned that Country Bear Jamboree in Magic Kingdom is being changed, and even more. We learned they have 3 cruise ships in development right now. One we knew about. I don't think we knew about the other 2. So those 2 were in development. It was a massive... I just had barbecue chips, so it's they're not spicy, but the spices of them. It's been wild. It was a wild hour and a half. Now things have calmed down a little bit, at least for right now. I don't know when we could get hit with another one of those panels where it's a lot of news that comes out. But anyway, so yeah, it's going well. Here's the thing though. This has nothing to do with work, but I figured I'd update. This upcoming week is going to be interesting, okay? It's going to be great, but it's going to be interesting because not only do we have, rehearsal and work as normal, but there is also the audition the audition on Monday for Diary of Anne Frank. Potentially, I'm not expecting to get a call back, but if I were to get a call back, that would be on Tuesday. And I've already told the director and whomever of ELF that could happen. And she was like, that would be fine. Just keep us updated. So anyway, that could potentially do something there. I have 2 scripts that I need to read this week. One of them I'm still waiting to be sent to me. So I guess if that doesn't get sent, we'll see where that goes. But there are 2 scripts that people have sent me and are asking for my notes on, and I've taken a little bit longer than I would like to. So I need to get those done this week. I am going to be ready to do the outline for the new pilot that I was talking to my dad about last night. I also think I've made a decision that there were originally going to be 5. I'm not going to give too much. There were going to be 5. But as I said, I was having trouble coming up with the personalities for 2 of them, or I was having trouble meeting them. And then last night I met one of them, but the other one was still really this big question mark. And I think it's a question mark because 5 is too many. I don't think that character actually exists. I think it was for the idea that I had it needed to exist, but I think I need to adjust the idea because 5 is too many. That's fine. I can make it work. And I think that is the better choice here. But it seriously was this character. I was like, I don't know who you are. And now I'm like, oh, it's because you don't exist. You don't exist. That's why. So I think it's going to work well. But anyway, so my plan is I am going to do that outline this week. There is also the potentiality that I will get a call from the person who I was talking about yesterday and talk about their script stuff. So I may need to read through the pages they have, kind of come up with an outline for that. It's going to be crazy. So, with that being said, I'm the person who wants to be like, hey, life is crazy, let's document it. I'm going to be doing a TikTok video that kind of details how like what's going on, starting tomorrow. So it'll go Sunday through Saturday in one video. I technically have 10 minutes left of work, but I am basically done. So I'm just backdating my last little post. It was a good day overall. After that first big like push of everything, that was pretty much it. So I don't really know how the panels are going to be tomorrow. We have 2 additional writers on call tomorrow, whereas it's just then the others of us are on as normal. Also, we are using, I guess we're using the band app to communicate for the show. I got an email about that, and they've uploaded the video for the Sparkle Jolly choreography that they did today. So that's pretty cool to like see what they were working on when I wasn't there. I am really relieved, as I said, that I'm not in that number. Not that the number is super, super complicated, because it's a community theater. We're not doing like this, which the show is going to be great, but it's not going to be one of those where you're like, wow, that choreography was so intense. And so anyway, but yeah, just pretty cool to watch kind of what they were doing. I am trying to debate what I'm going to do tonight. As I said, of course, there's so much that really needs to be done, but I'm saving some of that. Once again, one of the scripts I need to read, I don't even have yet. And maybe I should text that person and say, hey, just like, I want to make sure you don't think that I have it and I don't. So anyway, I think I'm going to watch a few more films for the film festival, which I will also continue to do throughout this week as well, because that needs to be done, but try to watch 2 or 3 more of those. And then I think just kind of bask in the calm before the storm this coming week, because tomorrow everything kind of really kicks off. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get in some decent reading, because I don't know how much time I'm gonna have. I've also decided I'm going to pause after finishing the second series and switch back over to some new books I haven't read, and then maybe do a few of those, and then jump back over to read the Kane Chronicles, the 3 books that are there, and then kind of do the same thing, jump back and forth. Which after Kane Chronicles, though, I just have the new series that I haven't read those yet. So, but yeah, that's the plan. There is such a big part of me that's like bummed that you only write a pilot for stuff like this. Like you don't continue on and write the other episodes. In a pitch deck, you'll give a log line for some of the future episodes, and then you'll, describe like in a season 2, yada, 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 and it could continue afterwards like this, to basically show like, yes, this series has legs. Or if it's a limited series, you would say this series is limited to 3 seasons, and the second season would detail this, and the third season would detail this. But like changing it to 3 instead of 4, technically 4 instead of 5, but I'm talking about the boys specifically. There were going to be 4, now there's only 3, has solved all of the problems. Like anything that I had left, I now understand. I'm getting like all of this. And then of course my dad and I talked about like world building last night and things like that. And so that has now made itself so clear in my head, because this is one of those situations where, granted, in the pilot, you actually don't get to meet these characters very much, not genuinely who they are, but you do get some very brief flashes of memory that are very out of place and confusing, and it's supposed to be that way. But you don't really get a chance to know them, unfortunately, except for the main character. You get to meet 3 out of the 6, but not all 6 are main. It's like supporting and main, right? You meet 3 out of the 6. And the other 3 are kind of in memories and things like that. But I think what I might do is I might actually write the first and second, because basically the second episode, you return back to the middle part is a lot of the first episode, but from a different person's perspective. And that's where you get to understand the other 3 characters that you didn't really get to meet in the first one. That's your actual first introduction to them. It's like just for school, the series that we worked on in there, we wrote 2 episodes. We wrote the pilot and the first episode of that series. So there's nothing saying you can't. It's just more like why bother doing the work, right? Unless if you're planning on producing it yourself, which this would not be the case. But anyway, I'm just really excited. I'm really, really excited now because these characters are they're becoming so clear to me, and what they've gone through while this other character is elsewhere, and they're the ones we focus on mainly, so we think they have it worse or the worst. And then throughout the first season, you really learn through flashbacks and things of that sort what the rest of them actually went through, and it wasn't like they had it easy. So anyway, I'm very excited about this whole idea, and I'm so glad that after like a year and a half, it has finally come together into what it's supposed to be. I will say, if it had been the way it was originally, you know, when the idea was first forming and stuff, it would not have been sustainable. And that is exactly why I knew it wasn't ready, and I wasn't forcing it to be ready. On this, I keep it on here. It's number 4 on there. And now the little description isn't even correct. I wrote that it was at 60%. That is incorrect. It was really at like 40. And then the rest of it came along. I also decided, well, the one thing I did is I took the photos and videos that I've taken from elf rehearsal so far. I put those in a Google Doc, and I've sent them off to one of the co-directors to say, hey, this is where I'm going to be adding it all. It's going to be right here. Just wanted to share it with you. Because she said she's going to put me in touch with the social media person, because I have the, you know, things like that. So I think I wanted to kind of prompt that so she can be like, oh yeah, that's right, I have to introduce them via email. I did that. I have laundry I need to fold. I think I'm going to play some Disney Dreamlight Valley, but then I am going to create the major, massive to-do list for this upcoming week. So that'll be interesting, because some stuff is day by day and other stuff is like, it just has to be done this week. So I'm going to have like the one column is day by day, and then on the other side is everything else that needs to be done throughout the week. Okay, so you can't really see me at all. I am going to bed way later than I should be, but you know, it's life. It is what it is. But I'm heading to bed, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.